let's take a moment now to meet our contestants this evening, beginning with Adrian, who is from Duncanville, Texas, correct?
Mm-hmm.
Now, I understand that you have a unique talent. You have the ability to spot unnotable celebrities at events when you go out. Now, exactly what does that mean?
Well, I'm the person of your, if you have a friend that comes up and say, I saw so-and-so, and you'd be like, who's that?
All right, so you know the unknown.
Yeah,
All right, so don't ever recognize me when you're out, okay? Now, very good to have you here. And next we have John, who's from Oceanside, New York. Now, John, I understand that you write parodies of famous songs and put them on your answering machine.
I'm notorious for this.
Notorious.
Yes,
Now, I understand.
notorious.
See, my mother's favorite singer is Johnny Mathis, and I understand you have a rendition of Misty. Just real quick, because she's watching right now.
Amazing. Okay.
Go ahead.
I'm not home, but I'm glad to know you called me on the phone.
I like it. All right. Well, good to have you here, John. All right. And hopefully those talents are going to come in very handy as the evening progresses, because I think I need a new message. Glad to have you here, though. Let's meet your opponents this evening, beginning with Cheryl, who is from Long Beach, California. Now, Cheryl, I know that a lot of people wouldn't guess when they look at you, but you are into the martial arts.
I am.
All right. And what various, areas of the arts? What are your specialties?
My specialties, I've studied Taekwondo. I have a third-degree brown belt in Taekwondo. I've studied Tai Chi. I have not mastered Tai Chi, but I'm studying. Takes a
Wow,
lifetime.
so you really can take care of yourself.
I try.
Well, let me stand right over here.
Oh,
Okay. We're very glad to have you. And Vicky, who is from New York City, my stomping grounds. Now, Vicky, I understand that you once sang in the world's most famous, or at least one of the world's most famous halls, Carnegie Hall, with 250 of your closest friends. Now, how did that happen?
Well, nobody would want to hear me sing by myself.
I would. But why were you there?
It was a concert celebrating Jerusalem, and it was a big thrill, and the acoustics are marvelous.
They are? All right. Well, we're glad to have you here because we think our acoustics are kind of cool, too. And we're glad to have all of you here. Hope you have a great time. And, in fact, we have some wonderful prizes to give away to our winners this evening. Chris, what do we have to give to our winners tonight?
Monteria, our winners will receive a mini audio system from Kenwood with a 7-disc CD changer, dual cassette deck, and FM/AM tuner. And a $500 gift certificate from Borders, where you can choose from over 150,000 book and music titles.
Well, that sounds good to me. And now, players, I want you to get your creative juices flowing because it's time to go into the land of imagination. Follow me.
Clues in the information, so use your imagination.
All right, in the imagination round, we're going to challenge your creative ability to create a story on the spot. Now, Cheryl and Vicky, because you're behind, we're going to begin with you. You have before you a list of 9 clues that all relate to a specific subject, which can be either a person, place, or thing. Now, prior to the show, you each had 1 minute to review these clues. And what I want you to do now is to create a story, completely improvised, but using at least 6 of the clues. Now, John and Adrian, your job is to listen out for the hidden words in their story, which are all clues to that subject. Now, as they use the clues, they will be revealed on our video wall, but we're going to turn it towards them so you won't be able to see it, so you have to listen carefully. Now, if you can figure out what their subject really is after they finish, you get 50 points. But if you can't, the 50 points go to them. Now, you'll each have 30 seconds to tell your half of the story, and who's going to go first?
That would be Vicky.
All right, so Vicky, you'll have 30 seconds. Are you ready?
Yes, ma'am.
Go.
Well, as you can tell, I'm not really good at public speaking. In fact, I tend to get tongue-tied when I have to do it, and I'm really nervous about doing this tonight. But a couple of weeks ago, I had to make a speech, and it was in a very large auditorium, and it was a very large venue, and there I was up on the platform, and I was wearing my good lace dress, and I was so nervous I was ready to die. Well, I got up there, and I started to speak, and I spoke about the subject for quite a long time, and the audience did applaud. And I was the sole speaker.
Time and switch.
Well, I'm going to flip-flop the story a little bit because I'm not a very good public speaker at all. As a matter of fact, when it comes to public speaking, I just get all nervous and upset, and I feel like a heel when I do that. So, rather than talk about that, what I'm going to do is tell you a story about something amazing that happened to me. My heart still pumps when I think about it, but it's the most amazing thing you ever heard. I was out one night in a field. and a spaceship came down. And
Time. All right, now in telling their story, they used 7 clues, and 6 is the minimum, so we won't give you any further hints. Take a moment now to confer, and then we'll call for a subject. So what did you hear?
Speech.
Oh, you got to share it first, John.
Oh,
What'd you hear?
sorry.
Come on.
Speech, auditorium, venue, heel seemed like one. Pump. Yeah, those two might be very connected.
Sneakers or something.
Pumps, sneakers, shoes.
All right, time now to
Pumps,
start
heels,
thinking about a subject.
Shoes. I think we'll go with shoes.
Think shoes.
Yes.
All right, so you think shoes. I like the way you said that, too. Auditorium, shoes. All right. So let's see if shoes are, in fact, the subject. We'll begin by reviewing the clues you heard. You did hear lace, tongue, platform, pumps, sole, heel, and flip-flop. The clues you didn't hear were clog and flats. Now, you know, John, I think when you add that all up, you're going to get, I don't know, automobiles maybe? No, I think you're going to get shoes. You figured it out, and you get the 50 points. It was a good story on your part, but somehow they were able to crack the code and figure out what the subject is. But now you have a chance to get 50 points because they're going to tell a story, and maybe you can figure out what their subject is. And again, same rules apply. You also had a minute to review a list of clues prior to the show. Again, you have to use at least 6 in telling your story. Now, we're going to turn the video wall this way, so you have to listen closely because you won't see the clues as they're revealed. Who's going to go first?
I'm going to go first.
All right, so John, you'll have 30 seconds to tell your half of the story. Are you ready?
Yes.
Go.
How fond I'm of sometimes sublime rhymes. I love to create rhymes. And as you heard when I demonstrated my answering machine message, this is something that's a creative outlet for me. And the idea is just to be able to just come up with these rhymes immediately. Let me give you an example. Day, gray, fray, day, clay, may. Or here's another one. Spelt, felt, melt, belt, dealt. In the company that I'm in this improvisational company, and I am the greatest rhymer in the entire company. So I have this title of the great rhymer. It's a very...
Time and switch.
If you think that friend of mine right here was the rhymer is weird, let me tell you about my story from when I had bad Chinese food the other night and started having these hallucinations. And I thought I was in San Francisco during the 1960s. I was hearing this music. I think it was maybe the Grateful Dead, could have been the Beatles, Iron Butterfly, something like that. I had these weird hallucinations. I was holding this flower and this butterfly and then this bee kept spinning around it and all these colors. Man.
Time. All right. Now, in telling their story, they used 7 clues as well. And 6 again is the minimum, so we can't give you any additional hints. Take a moment to confer, and then we'll call for a subject. So tell us, what did you hear?
colors,
Butterfly.
Oh, tell us all.
colors, butterfly.
May.
Okay. So what do you think? Seasons, spring. Could be.
All right, time to start thinking about a subject.
What do you think? Spring.
All right.
Spring.
Spring. All right, you believe spring to be their subject. Let's begin and find out by reviewing the clues you did hear. You heard butterfly, bee, belt, rhymes, clay, I am the greatest, and title. The clues you didn't hear were boxer, heavyweight. So, you still think it's spring?
Well, it would be the spring of his career that they would be talking about.
All right, so, gee, who could they be talking about? It must be Muhammad Ali. All right. Very good job on your part. You hit the subject well, and I love how we went from rhyming to Chinatown in the 60s. Very good on your part, but you did stump them, so you get the 50 points, which means that as we get to the end of our round, you now have increased your lead to 190 to 20. Now, I know that sounds insurmountable, but when you play Think Twice, you're never out of the game because we leave imagination and now head over